Hello, murderers and wanderers. Welcome to a very special Halloween mini episode of The Wandering Crow.
All right, what do you have, Mandy?
All right, so again, everyone, please understand, I misunderstood the assignment. I just looked up some scary stories, but these are supposedly true scary stories. This one is by Time Meeting 4388. I don't know what just happened. I've been sitting here for 20 minutes, trying to calm down, but my hands are still shaking so bad I can barely type. I just need to write this out somewhere because I don't know what else to do, and I swear to God, this just happened. I was driving home from work tonight, later than usual, because my manager asked me to stay and help close. I took my usual back route, one of those long 2-lane roads where there's no streetlights and no real shoulder, just a ditch and some trees. I drive it almost every day, and I've never felt weird about it, but tonight it was just different. No cars, no houses with porch lights on, just that kind of heavy dark where your headlights feel too small. About halfway down, I noticed something in the road up ahead. At first I thought it was a deer because that's pretty common out here, so I slowed way down. But when I got closer, it wasn't moving. Just standing there. At first it looked like a man, but I couldn't make out any details because he was facing away from me. No reflective gear, no flashlight, nothing. I rolled my window down a crack to maybe call out, but before I could say anything, he just stepped off into the trees. I drove past really slowly and tried to look, but my high beams didn't reach far enough. I almost convinced myself it was just some drunk guy walking home or something. I picked up speed again, heart racing, trying to shake it off. But maybe a mile later, I swear I saw the same figure standing at the edge of the road again. This time, facing me. I slammed on the brake so hard everything in my passenger seat went flying. He didn't move. I couldn't even see his face, just this pale oval where his head should be. I sat there frozen for what felt like forever. Then I just floored it and swerved around him. My windows were up, but I swear I heard something. Not yelling, not words, more like this awful low sound, like when someone drags furniture across the floor. The worst part is when I finally got back into town, I glanced in my rearview mirror, and for a second I thought I saw someone sitting in my back seat. Just the shape of a head in the corner. I nearly crashed trying to pull over into a gas station. Turns out the car was empty. Doors still locked. I even checked under the seats with my phone flashlight like an idiot. Nothing there. I've been home for maybe an hour now. Every creak in the house makes me jump. I keep looking out my front window expecting to see someone standing at the end of my driveway, and at least a couple times I swore I did. I don't even know what I'm asking for by posting this. Has anyone seen something like this before? I don't believe in ghosts or whatever, but I can't explain how he was in two places miles apart in less than a minute. I feel sick. I don't even want to go to sleep. End of story.
Something interesting about that is the way he described the darkness consuming the light. Remember the urgent care clinic that's behind the dog park in Fountain Hills?
Yeah.
I talked about that same thing that happens there. It's the same light, but it seems like it doesn't extend as far as it should. That it's your car or your headlights, and it's doing the same thing it always does. You go on another street, it seems brighter. It's just in these specific spaces, it seems like light is consumed. It also happened in the field behind my apartments up in Flagstaff. That was one of the only other places that kind of creeped out me and the person I was with at the time. We were driving down that road because we heard that it was like a kind of burial ground and we wanted to check it out. Started to get that feeling, and the road narrowed, and we realized it would be a 3-point turn to turn around. And we figured, let's get out of here now before we get into somewhere smaller. It comes with an unsettling feeling too. Like you just feel it in the pit of your gut, but the light doesn't go as far as it should. And that's the first thing that sticks out to you.
Weird.
What do you think about that? Like, what is it? What is your sense about the light not going as far as it should?
It just, when I see it, I feel like, okay, something is close. Something's nearby.
Uh-huh.
We should either be careful or just leave.
That story that I sometimes tell when I was in the hospital, the one that kind of started it all, where my patient started to crump, but there had been a shadow above him for some reason. It felt like the light was not passing through where it should have passed through. Like, it makes me wonder if there's a relationship there between those two things. What I saw was there's a shadow where there shouldn't be a shadow. There should be light coming through there. And what you were seeing is this light's not going as far as it should go. What did you say? You said it's like the darkness is consuming the light.
Yes.
Yeah. I just wonder if that means that there's something literally just there blocking the light, maybe. It's crazy. The other part, Cameron, I wanted your opinion on this because it really, I thought you might pick up on this, but I picked up on this. He says when he swerved around it, the second time he saw it, he says, my windows were up, but I swear I heard something. Not yelling, not words, more like this awful low sound, like when someone drags furniture across the floor. Does that remind you of anything, Cameron?
What is it supposed to remind me of?
That's my exact question.
The mumbling ones, the story you told, or like when we have that low vibrational feeling that's almost so buzzy that it's actually more like a sound when like when you're having like an out of body experience, or when you're having.
I wouldn't explain that as. I wouldn't describe that as like furniture moving, though. I said that it was like a really low noise of bees.
Yeah, I mean, I'm imagining a piece of wooden furniture sliding across a wooden floor, and that kind of sound that you can get sometimes. Like, I imagine, based on my own experiences, that's what he's trying to describe, but I don't know. Right. So it made me feel like it's talking about that vibration between two pieces of wood, not quite frictional moving past each other. Yeah.
Sound.
So I don't know. I didn't know if obviously you didn't pick up on it, but to me, that was a big clue. I feel like this actually might have been a genuine story. Something extra dimensional maybe happened to this poor kid. I don't know. Or maybe he didn't realize it, but he got a little bit of road hypnosis and fell asleep a little bit and had that vibration that happens when you're in that dream state and you kind of cross over into that other place.
But the rest of it matches up with stuff that I've seen conscious with others. So
yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
It gave me the creeps. That was a good story.
The only thing about that low vibrating sound is, I mean, maybe he just didn't describe it in a way that I picked up on, because you seem to sort of put that connection there, but
it reminded me of. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I wouldn't say furniture. It sounds different.
Yeah. To me, that moth beating up high bass all the way up against a microphone, I could see how someone could describe it like two pieces of furniture rubbing it, a piece of furniture scraping against wooden floor. I could get there. I could see the similarity.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, Wanderers and Murderers, this concludes this Halloween special mini episode of The Wandering Crow. This story was originally part of a compilation of stories in our Graveyard Ghosts episode. We really hope you enjoyed this story and all our conversation around it. Until next time.